Hello legends, it's your boy Link and today it's Ipswich Town versus Shrewsbury. Hello legends, it is your boy Link and today it's Ipswich Town vlog day again. Just got up and out of bath and Amy is currently making me a bacon, I was going to say bacon roll, but it's more going to be like a toasty, you know, a bit of toasted bread. And also, I just want to mention, before we sort of kick off with the football portion of the vlog, I've got two of these I haven't opened. I normally do videos where I open these monthly Tea Club mystery t-shirts. I have two of them here, so there's at least two t-shirts, but I'm not sure if they should be free, because they sometimes do like rewards when you subscribe for like so many months. So, if you want to see that video, make sure you subscribed, and that video will be coming up in the next few days, so just be ready for it. And see what sort of mystery t-shirts I got. Some of them are fun, some of them are really bad though. I'm still like bitter about the Ghostbusters Better Call Saul one. I hated that t-shirt, but anyway, that's by the way. Today, Ipswich have every game's important at this point in the season, isn't it? I think, although I do feel a lot of relief because Liverpool's game this weekend is postponed because I believe it's Fulham who got far enough in the FA Cup that Liverpool don't play. Which, to be fair, is just good news. Watching Liverpool at the moment has been absolutely horrendous. It's like my cat's come running across, and I was like, "What the hell's happening?" You might be better hear him, but yeah, I just like Liverpool is such a roller coaster right now. Like it's really good. You win 7-0 against United, then you lose against was it Bournemouth, and then you lose against Madrid again. And yeah, I just honestly supporting Liverpool's hard at the moment, so I'm very glad that I'm going to Portman Road today instead. And next week, just on the Liverpool front, before we do completely talk about Ipswich, next week I'm going to watch Liverpool Legends versus Celtic Legends. And yesterday, I scared my niece and my girlfriend because I literally just picked my phone up and was scrolling through Facebook, and I just went, "Yes! Come on!" Properly acting like someone just scored a goal or something. And they announced yesterday that Steven Gerrard is going to be playing for Liverpool Legends next week. So if you want to see a vlog where I go watch, for me, the greatest English player of all time, yeah, go on, try and argue with that in the comments. I'll get to go see the greatest English player of all time next week, as well as Carragher and also Djibril Cissé. Djibril Cissé is the person that I really want to go see. And also Jamie Webster's doing a set. So yeah, it's a really exciting thing, that game. So yeah, next week's vlog will be awesome, I promise you. But in the meantime, Ipswich Town play. I'm not really sure what my plans are today. I've had quite a busy few days, to be honest. Everything's been quite hectic. I don't know if I updated people that my dad came out of intensive care. I know some of you sent nice messages and were wishing him well and praying for him and stuff like that. Yeah, he's not in intensive care anymore, but he is still in hospital. So we'll wait and see what happens. And yeah, I think Ipswich win today. I was doing the normal sort of, thing you do on a Saturday morning where you go through and you put together your accumulator. And Ipswich are 3-1 on. Is it 3-1 on? I can never understand betting odds to describe them to people. But if you put £3 on, you get £4 back. That's how little you win. You only win £1 extra pound, basically. That's the odds. I understand how they work. I just don't understand explaining to people. So yeah, Ipswich Town should win today. I'm hoping it's going to be one of these nice, comfortable, big wins. I haven't looked at the weather yet, but just looking out the window, it doesn't look too sharp. So my seat isn't undercover, so I might get wet. But now it's time for breakfast. There is no better way to start your Saturday than Soccer AM and some bacon. That is just, it's like Saturday law. So, I'm not on my way to the game. I'm on my way to the corner shop because I want some chocolate. And my hair, there's not one hair that just does not go down. What's it doing? There we go. Yeah, so it's raining. I don't know if you can tell that from the footage. Can you see it in the road? I can't tell because there's rainfall on the camera, which you might be able to see also. But yeah, so I'm going to get some chocolate. And then I'll go home. So I went to that little treasure hut there, and they're still selling Prime for 10 quid a bottle. Literally £9.99, and people are still bloody buying them. Like, if you are in the Ipswich area and you want Prime, Cost Cutter on Portman Road, which is the same road as this, has Prime for £3.99 a bottle. So go there instead, please. Don't pay £10 a bottle when you can get it for £4 quid. We can get it for £2 in Sainsbury's or Asda. Don't partake in it. Also, I'm very excited about the chocolate I bought. I got Milka. Like, I love Milka, honestly. I think it's so underrated. They didn't have Happy Cow, but I'm even on the like cusp of changing my favourite chocolate to Milka Happy Cow instead of just Milka. Well, instead of Whisper Gold is what it was. Whisper Gold's always my favourite chocolate, so it might now be Milka Happy Cow, which for those that haven't had it is like milk chocolate with like white chocolate swirls in it. Looks like a cow's like pattern, I guess. So yeah, that's fun. So before we go to the game, I thought we'd catch up on a little bit of the old Ipswich news. So Ipswich are 2 points off second place right now. If they win and Plymouth draw, they will go above them because their goal difference is like 17 more before the game today. So it's very exciting, also very nervous because those automatic promotion places, are attainable. And they didn't look like they were attainable a few weeks ago. It sort of looked like it was falling apart. But I think there's 5 wins on the bounce. Really, really good form. And although Barnsley have been charging up the rear, which is interesting, especially because next week's game, which is against Barnsley on Saturday, which was an away game, so I wasn't going, has been postponed because of international call-ups. So Ipswich have had 3 people called up to the national team. So in League One, they don't have like an international break like the Premier League. And does the Championship still have it? I think it does. It used to. So yeah, they don't have like a break for the international games. They still play. But because Ipswich have had at least 3 squad members called up, they've been able to postpone it. I think Ipswich had to request for that. I'm not sure if that's how it works. I'm not too clued up on it. If anyone does know the ins and outs of like the international call-ups and stuff, let me know in the comments below this video because I'd be interested to read through it if anyone knows what's going on with that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Ipswich had to request it was postponed because they had obviously Burns and Broadhead called up for Wales, and then Morsey's been called up for Egypt. So hopefully he can go play with Mo Salah and he can have a little chat with Mo and just say, Mo, sort your fucking self out, mate, because you've been shit this season. I say he's been shit, he's still scored 20 goals, but by his standards, he's been shit this season. And also, I think people are saying Lee might be called up by Jamaica. Apparently, he's normally in the Jamaica squad. I haven't seen that he's been called up, but he might have been called up as well. But yeah, I don't know if you request it to be postponed if you're missing 2 players, or if you have to request when you're missing 3. I'm not really sure how it works. I'm sure once there's 3, it's like guaranteed you can have it postponed once you request it. I'm not really sure. So someone let me know in the comments. I'd love to actually know how that all works. I'd be fascinated to be updated. So yeah, let me know, guys. And yeah, I'm meeting Chris shortly. We'll go down to the game, and I'm getting a little bit nervous now. Normally I'm like just pure excited, but today I'm a little bit like. And the thing is, well, the funny thing, like, I'm not someone who typically gets massively nervous, but like. This is completely out of my control. Like, if I was in control, I'm not nervous. But yeah, like when I care about something, I have no control. It worries me, and I really need Ipswich to win today. Like, I would love it. And yeah, so that will be hopefully quite good. But I just don't know. I think they've been playing well. Team isn't quite out yet. I will try and just maybe update you before the team comes out, because normally I don't know the team until after kickoff, or like, well, obviously I know once they've kicked off, but like I don't normally know till I'm in the ground because of the time the team comes out. I wish it came out a bit earlier, really, but yeah, we'll see what the team is, and hopefully it's good, and hopefully they win, and hopefully I can get another one of them newspaper bags where you get the bottle of water and all the chocolate and that, because honestly I'm loving them right now, and I'll go home, I'll read the paper. Don't always read the paper when I go home. Sometimes I read the paper the next morning, and yeah, I think they're quite good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a whisper in it. So we're at Portman Road now with Chris, but I don't know why I haven't filmed yet on the journey. We were talking about darts, to be fair, and I've got some exciting stuff coming on my dartboard, so I'll show you real soon, I guess. But yeah, hopefully they win, and remember to bin your blades, everyone. You know, fuck United. I've managed to get my little bag. I'm happy. There's actually some away fans here this week. A couple of them. It's crazy, he just come and say hi and then he walked away as soon as the camera come out. Bye, buddy. They're watering the pitch because it's not wet enough with all this rain falling down. I'm actually surprised they're watering it today when it's this wet as it is. Like, it's been raining for a while. Teams now coming out. Come on, Ipswich. They're going to win, I promise you. I promise you. It's a corner. Come on. Oh, right. The town of a free kick right on the edge. A lot of people thought it was a penalty. I don't know who's going to take it. Looks like Broadhead, maybe? Well, that was shit. Down the score was 1-0. It was a header, but I have no idea who it was. No idea who it was. So, it was George Hurst. Little header, 1-0, let's go. In 15 minutes, so decent. Town with a free kick right on the edge, and I think they're going to score. I really do. Right on the edge of the side of the box, not the edge of the box there, like that. But that was boring. Louis back in the stand again, trying to cheer everyone up. Looks nervous. Half time, it's just one. Whoever they are now. I can't believe they sell these Chris from Ipswich games. They're from fucking Norfolk. What is that? It's Link from the Future here, just quick. And yeah, so at half time they had an interview with Jason Schechter. They do a lot of interviews with like ex-players like Marcus Stewart and stuff at half time, which are always fun. But I felt this one was quite inspirational. So Jason Schechter was a police officer in America who was hit by a taxi that did 100 mile an hour. He was stuck in a car for like, I think it was like 90 seconds. It's like 90% burns on his body or something, like some crazy amount of burns. He had loads of surgeries to like try and help him to be able to live a normal life, I guess. But yeah, he just is quite an inspiration. And like Ipswich have this mantra now, running towards adversity and run towards adversity, and he embodies that. And for me, there's one of the special things is how much he appreciated the love he was getting at Portman Road. Like, he really loved, and he was saying, I love you to the fans that were applauding him. And I don't think I've clapped so hard for anyone this whole season. And yeah, so I just want to say he was inspirational. And yeah, I think things like that are important to mention, as well as the football aspects. But I couldn't really, at half time, I couldn't film a big enough segment to really sort of talk about that. So yeah, I never knew who he was before I went to the game. Honestly, I didn't know. And then I listened to his interview, read about him since, and yeah, inspirational. Chaplin just scored, but for some reason it's offside. I don't know if it was, you know. Maybe Davis was offside before? I'm not sure. He's not going to disallow this one. Have some of that. Chaplin shot, rebounded, and I think it's at Hurst again? Or is it Luongo? It is Luongo. Chris has confirmed for me. What a massive nose, that was a free kick. There was a little scuffle, but no one got sent off for it. Thought it might have been though. Oh yeah. That's right, keep your hands your head, Lee. He's literally just put Broadhead for diving and what was 100% of penalty. 100% of penalty, stonewall. That is pathetic. 36,432 today. Good attendance again. Walton's being checked for concussion in the 80th, well, just under the 80th minute. But, so everyone's having a little break. It's been a couple of minutes now, but thankfully the whole torches in the stand thing hasn't started just yet, but never say never. Turn 1. Great win. Decided I needed to get a burger from the, you can't beat them, gotta eat them, bloke. 350 end of match specials. It's always like, you can't beat them, you've got to eat them. It doesn't even make sense. But yeah, I was hungry, so I'm having a burger. So I just got back and Ipswich played very well and it was a solid win, but it was a little bit nervous towards the end. Like Christian Walton, when he went down, they strapped his head up. I didn't see any blood, but I assumed maybe he was bleeding or maybe they were trying to reduce swelling or something. I don't know. He looked a little bit wobbly. Like I know they obviously checked him for concussion, but there's a lot of discussion about concussion protocols and concussion checks and tests and stuff in football. And I think that's like, I don't know, I think concussion substitutes should be a thing, but I know there's research to get for it, research against it, and there's a lot of controversy. So I think it's definitely something that has got better in football, but it could definitely still be improved. And at 2-0 up, I think you just bring on your second keeper, don't you? Well, I believe in him. And you should too, but yeah, it was all right. One thing I do want to mention, and as you all know, I like to use this as like a platform of like positivity and stuff. There was someone sat behind me. I don't know whether it was the row behind me, 2 rows behind me, 3 rows behind me. I don't know. There was someone sat behind me who, when we were bringing on Ladapo, kept saying they're bringing the coloured boy on. Like, as a white man, I appreciate there's people that are definitely way more qualified to speak on this than me, and like, there definitely is. But like, I don't want to say I don't find it offensive. Like, it doesn't hurt me personally, but like, that's not a term that some people like to be used for them. Like, most people prefer to be referred to as black if you are going to refer to the skin colour. But like, if you're referring to fucking Freddie Ladapo, just say Freddie Ladapo. Like, if you're sat there at an Ipswich game, you should probably know who Freddie Ladapo is, right? It's not like he's like even a fucking bit part player or a squad player. He plays every week. He scores all the time. He's a huge player for the team. Like I don't get referring to him in that way personally. And like I say, like, it didn't hurt me, but I was just a bit like, should you keep saying that? And they said it at least 10 times as well. It wasn't like it was a one-off thing. And I don't think it was like an intentional like a abuse. Like, I wouldn't categorise it as that personally. Like, I don't think they were trying to abuse him. They were talking positively about him when they were using that same term. Like, but for me, I think it was just maybe like a naivety, like a generational thing. But I feel like it's important for me, if I see something like that, to mention it and to like call it out, and also like maybe educate people. Someone might be watching this that doesn't realise that's not the right term to use nowadays. So yeah, I thought it was important to mention that, just because I don't like to see stuff. And also, I am the first person to call out like Plymouth fans for chucking a bottle at a fucking kid and making him cry. So I would be wrong to not mention like potentially inappropriate behaviour from an Ipswich fan. But like I say, I didn't see him as like trying to abuse him. I think it was like a naivety and like a lack of awareness and education and stuff, and that doesn't make it okay. Like go educate yourself if you don't know. Like, go like Google it, learn. But also learn who the fuck Fred Ladapo is, because he's a legend and he's one of my he probably is my favourite Ipswich player. I'm gonna actually go out on a limb on that one now and say currently, maybe Luongo as well. I think he's fucking quality. Like, Ladapo is probably my favourite Ipswich player. Like, it's definitely Ladapo or Chaplin. Or Clark as well. Clark's good. But yeah, Ladapo is probably my favourite Ipswich player. I love him. I think he's a fucking legend. And I don't want anyone to do anything that might make him feel uncomfortable at this club, because we fucking love him. We want him to be here for as long as he's you know, wants to be, because he's been fucking brilliant for us and he's been a huge part of what we've done this season. And anyone that criticises him, like, I don't care. Like, is there better centre forwards in the world? Yeah, Freddie Ladapo knows that. But is there better centre forwards in League One? I don't think so personally. I think Freddie's the best centre forward in League One. I'm going to call it there, and I think he'd walk into most teams in the Championship as well. So yeah, I love the guy, and I don't want him to be made to feel uncomfortable. He was the other side of the pitch as well. Like, it wasn't like he was coming on as a sub on the opposite side of the pitch to me. It wasn't like he was stood on the byline and the guy was like calling him that. He was referring to him in, I think it would be the third person as that. So yeah, it wasn't like awful, and it wasn't like something where I'm like screaming, but I think it's important we highlight it, and it's important we talk about these things, because like these are difficult conversations to have and controversial conversations to have, but they shouldn't be. Like, the more we talk about it and the more we like talk about our feelings about it, and like for people to talk about how they feel, because like I say, it's not an issue that affects me personally. It's not targeting me, but like, if anyone from any sort of like ethnic minority community or any religion or anything like has an opinion on it, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Like, what do you think about the use of it? Do you think like it should be more educated? Like, I just don't know. I just don't get it personally. I don't understand it. I didn't particularly like it, but I just thought it was like a naivety thing more than anything else. But I think it's just important to highlight it and talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, nothing gets better, right? If we all just sit and pretend stuff like that doesn't happen and just brush it away, no one can like evolve and grow and get better, which is hopefully what everyone wants to do. So yeah, probably quite a deep end to an Ipswich Town vlog, but I thought it was important to say. And Freddie, I fucking love you, mate. I think you're quality, and long may it continue. And may Kieran McKenna play you instead of George Hurst. I was going to say next week, but that's postponed. So you won't be seeing an Ipswich vlog for a couple of weeks. But if you are a football fan, next week we're going to watch Liverpool Legends versus Celtic. And like I say, there's some great players there. Maxi Rodriguez. I don't know if he's confirmed, actually. Stephen Gerrard. Dirk Kuyt. Jibril Cisse. Jamie Carragher. Absolute legends. Gary McAllister. You know, John Marnes and Kenny Dalglish are on the bench. Like, there's not the subs bench, they're like the coaches. But yeah, it's going to be a great event, and I think it's going to be an awesome vlog. So make sure you tune into it and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. But also, if you put your notifications on, you can try and be the first person to watch the video. It's a race, and you want to win it. All I can say is thank you all. Great Ipswich result. I love you all. And yeah, just spread love, and like, let's have these difficult conversations, even though they're difficult and they're awkward. Let's talk about it and learn and educate people that don't know. Like, let's improve the world for other people. And like, I think it's so important that just because something doesn't affect you personally, it doesn't mean you should ignore it. And I think that is the perfect message to leave this on. Like, just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean you have to ignore it. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. If you've enjoyed that, you can click up here and you can watch another video of mine. Or if you really love it, or even if you just like it a little bit, go down here and subscribe to the channel. It means you'll never ever miss what is coming up real soon.